Contestant number 1, Samantha Oberhansley. Samantha Oberhansley, she's from Birdseye, Utah. Being part of Spanish Fort Fiesta Day royalty, she'd like to promote the value of hard work, respect, and dedication to our community and to our country. She works and lives on a ranch, and she knows the value of getting up early to take care of livestock. It would help her grow and get out of her comfort zone if she were to be selected. She would like to continue the tradition of being a part of Fiesta Day's royalty, and she is a member of the National Honor Society and also a National Junior Honor Society. She enjoys riding dirt bikes. She has a passion for animals, drawing, and artwork, and she spends a lot of time with her family and friends. She's a 2017 Utah County Fair Barrel Champion, National Little Britches Finals Rodeo in Guthrie, Oklahoma finalist, and she is nominated for the Kiwanis International Award in 2017. She likes to go tide, and she's won awards in all around rodeos. She enjoys helping others, particularly her elders, keeping up with the gardens, moving cattle, taking care of animals while everybody's out of town. And that is Samantha Oberhansley.
I got so much going on in my busy little life between National Honor Society, dirt biking, and Little Britches rodeoing. And with that comes finals in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and I cannot wait to go back. And let's talk about Fiesta Days. I've been to these rodeos my whole life, and ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a part of something as big as this. The barrel racing and trailer racing is my favorite. I mean, what could be more entertaining than watching a couple guys run around the arena, not fall off or get bucked off? The rodeo clowns are hilarious. Hats off to those guys. There's never a dull moment with them around. Now I should probably tell you a little bit more about my rodeo. When it comes to goat tying, pole bending, barrel racing, and roping, I'm your girl. You see, me and my horses make a pretty darn good team. I mean, we're faster than a jackrabbit run from wildfire. And this year in Guthrie, Oklahoma, we plan on bringing home the gold. And National Honor Society is not easy. Maintaining an above-average GPA has its work cut out. But it's totally worth it. I get to do community service and meet a whole bunch of new and exciting people. And dirt biking on the other hand, kind of a crazy person rides dirt bikes, right? Well, you're kind of looking at one. Now I only have a short amount of time with y'all today, so that's just a little bit about me, Samantha Lynn Oberhansley.
Contestant number 2 is Camilla Morley. Camilla's from Salem, Utah. Music. There we go. Growing up, she had to learn very quickly the importance of management. She is flexible and accepts challenges well. She knows how to collaborate ideas with others, and she loves being around people. Some of her hobbies, she likes trail riding, feeling the rush of the wind and full of horsepower, training and teaching lessons, hiking and running, sewing, and she's fluent in Bulgarian. She wants to give back. She loves the sport of the rodeo. She wants to improve her skills as a horsewoman and a person and be an influence and support in our local community. She was an ambassador for SUU 2018-19, sister training leader for Bulgaria Sofia Mission in 2017. She's a school representative, state finalist, family consumer science, Sterling Scholar, outstanding senior student by Kiwanis International, vice president of the National Honor Society, first attended Miss Salem Royalty, Salem Hills Debate 2013. She's president of the ALA Seminary Council, and she was part of the Barkov Icelandic Choir, and she's also an assistant barn manager. And that is Camilla Morley.
Добре дошли днес. Сърцето на cowboy има много силни неща. That's Bulgarian for the heart of a cowboy is a very strong thing. The heart of a cowboy is a very rare trait that few possess. At the very core of rodeo, there are 3 things: God, country, and family. I've loved watching my family grow closer together as we participate in a sport that we love and strive to honor God. One of my favorite events is team roping. I love the amount of stress that you must have in your partner as you come out of that chute. I'm in the chute, my rope is up, but timid do I feel. This moment's grand, all eyes on me, and trembling I sit. With a silent prayer upon my lips, I utter my thought. Dear Father, I'm scared, and I feel alone. This moment's come for me. and I can't do this on my own. Dear child, look over the chute and stare. I'm here, I'm your healer, don't you know? My job is to finish the work you've begun, and together as partners, we'll share. When the crowd gets too noisy and you forget what to do, don't worry, don't stew. Your faithful healer is here for you. I'm right here next to you, and together as partners we'll ride. I'm head, you're head, and I'm heels, and we'll shoot out the loops. My dad was my partner for that simple ride, but he taught me a lesson of life. Success is a personal battle. It's who you are, and it's who you've become. Like Hall of Famer cowboy and local Louie Field once said, I rode tough. I could ride with pain and with courage. I was a fierce competitor in the arena, but a quiet and respectable man outside the gate. I just want to be remembered as a cowboy. And like Louis, I just want to be remembered as a cowgirl. Thank you.
Contestant 3 is Heidi Colburn. Heidi K. Colburn is from Spanish Fork, Utah. Her hobbies include collecting Harry Potter memorabilia, mounted shooting, dancing, fashion designing, visual merchandising, and acting. She's an academic all-state winner and region winner. She's lettered in drill team. She has a passion for fashion scholarship winner, and she's president's honor roll for 4 consecutive quarters at the Art Institute. She's won various titles: Art City Days, Royalty, Genola Rodeo, Strawberry Days, and she's been a part of the Fiesta Days and she's Stampede. Some of her other activities include she's a full-time manager of Claire's in Southtown Mall in Sandy. She gives riding lessons to beginning riders, and rodeo queen has been a huge part of her life for many years. Her goal is to share her love of rodeo, educate others about our lifestyle, and be the best representative to the community that she can. And that is Heidi K. Colburn.
Heroes. The definition of a hero is someone who is admired or idealized by their outstanding achievements, courage, or noble qualities. Willie Nelson sings a song that I couldn't agree with more. My heroes have always been cowboys. Outstanding achievements? Where do I start? Trevor Brazil has won 23 world titles, 13 of them being all-around titles and 10 of them being won consecutively. Then who can forget Charmaine James? This amazing barrel racer has 11 world titles under her belt buckle, including the ones that she won at just 14 years old. Then of course Mary Berger. This amazing barrel racer made history by being the oldest competitor in WPRA and PRCA history at age 68. So for outstanding achievements, check. Courage, Louie Field comes to mind. After winning 5 world titles and becoming the first PRCA rough stock rider to ever earn $1 million, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He fought courageously for 5 months and was even on horseback 2 days before his passing. Now, his legacy lives on through his family's butt cancer campaign to raise money to help others that have been affected by pancreatic cancer. Noble qualities. Our very own Steve Money, Mr. Rodeo, was named PRCA Committee Member of the Year in 2017. He would always tease me and my mom when I was younger about putting ribbons in my horse's mane and tail. So when I first became Fiesta Day's second attendant back in 2013, we made sure to put as many ribbons and as much glitter on my horse as possible, just for him. His kindness always made me smile. All of these amazing men and women are the perfect examples of the word hero, and they are my reasons that my heroes have always been cowboys. Thank you.
Contestant number 4, Kelsey Mills. Kelsey Mills is from North Salt Lake. Some of her hobbies and activities include, over the past 6 years, she's been managing junior high as well as high school wrestling teams as their head manager. This has taken place not only in South Davis Junior High, but Woods Cross High School. Next to that, she's been her musical theater career, which she's been part of since 5th grade. Acting in 3 separate schools as well as at her high school, which is the best in the state. She sings as part of her high school concert choir, which include a week-long trip for competition, as well as a few other days of competition here in Utah. Some of her past titles include Miss Rodeo Draper, second attendant, Miss
had so many young women in my life show me that hard work and determination is exactly what I need. Girls like Abby Watts, who grew up singing and dancing her way past any other girl who dared get up on the same stage as her. But there's another girl. Have you ever, well, I know that we all have memories of climbing trees as kids, but my question is, did you ever fall? Marley did. And after Marley fell, she woke up a day later, paralyzed from the waist down. This was only in 5th grade. Years later, last February, Marley has now signed a 4-year scholarship, full ride with the University of Illinois, on one condition. She'll be playing wheelchair basketball for their wheelchair basketball team for the next 4 years. Girls like Lisa, who I met back in 2015 at a Rodeo Queen boot camp. Lisa had just obtained the title of Miss Rodeo Austin, and it was my 2nd year of rodeo queening. She had flown from Texas to Ogden, Utah to prepare for the Miss Rodeo Texas pageant. She then obtained that title of Miss Rodeo Texas 2016. Later that year in December, obtained the title of Miss Rodeo America 2017. There's one more girl. When I first met her, it was at our hometown rodeo queen competition. She was competing, and as soon as she walked in that room, you could tell she loved to promote the sport of rodeo. But due to certain circumstances of that day, she would not be taking home the crown. As they called out the name of the queen and her 2 attendants, her name went uncalled. But she still walked away a queen, for that day lit a fire inside of her. And all she used was a little hard work and determination. If you were at the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo in the summer of 2015, you heard her name being called out as Miss Rodeo Utah 2018. Yes, you heard the name Carly Fiercey being called. Now, Carly has been my role model since I was a little girl. Sorry. But she has made her dream come true. She's not only traveling Utah, but she's also traveling in many other states. And in December, will travel to Vegas to compete for Miss Rodeo America 2019. I've met so many of these girls, and they've become some of my best friends. They have taught me that if I want to be the young woman, the employee, the student, and the rodeo queen that I want to be, it's only going to take a little bit of hard work and determination.
Contestant number 5, Nicole Ivy. Nicole is from Benjamin, Utah. She graduated from Spanish Fork in 2017. She attended Mountain Applied Technology College in Spanish Fork, earning her emergency medical technician licensing. This coming fall, she's attending Utah Valley University to pursue a paramedic degree. She loves everything to do with the outdoors, especially hunting. After 3 years ago, after a lot of hard work and dedication, she shot a black bear, one of her largest ambitions. Her life is dedicated to her family, faith, and friends. Her main life goals are charity and service. 2 years ago, she was in Primary Children's Hospital having brain surgery. They took out a portion of her brain that caused seizures. Because of her love for these people that helped her through that and the support of rodeo, she wants to give back to serve and be a role model to this amazing rodeo community. She wants to promote our Western lifestyle, educate and promote those to the great sport of rodeo. She's earned various titles: Springville Art City Days, San Quentin Orchard Days, Queen in Attendance, and Genola Days Rodeo, as well as Fiesta Days. And that is Nicole Ivy.
It was written, "The desert shall bloom as a rose." I doubt that was on the mind of the pioneers who settled the Salt Lake Valley when they saw a desert and a lake filled with more salt than the ocean. Those weary travelers faced many fears, and it might have seemed impossible, as they worked to build a home that would become the capital of this country's 45th state. The movie, The Challenge of the Champions, now that is a bull riding movie to see. You've heard of The Challenge, the amazing 7-match face-off between Lane Frost and the legendary bull Red Rock. Red Rock had never been ridden in 309 outs prior. This includes backing up that year's world champion bull rider Lane Frost at the NFR. So of course, the ultimate challenge and nail-biter of rodeo is to have a duel between the best bull and bull rider likely to have ever lived. the danger, the rush of tackling something head on. Sometimes it doesn't even seem attainable. On Lane's first ride, he came off. On his second ride, he hit the dirt again. But each time he got back up. Giving up on something because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because you got flat. With both at 3 wins coming to their 7th face-off right here in Spanish Fork, the Bucking Bull of the Year lost, making Lane Frost the champion. Saltine drives the desert, or a 1-ton bull. Let obstacles act as your motivation, refuse to give up, and show us that strong spirit, because someday you might make it on the big screen.
Woo! Next contestant is Tristan Moulton. Tristan's from Bluffdale, Utah. She loves the sport of rodeo, and it would be such an honor to be a representative for it. She wants to introduce the world of rodeo to those who may not know much about it to keep the sport thriving. Her hobbies include reading and writing, working with animals, barrel racing, reining, and showing horses. She likes to play soccer with her co-workers too, helping out in her community, working with dogs and cats at her job, and studying veterinary terminology. She graduated from Harriman High School. She was on the honor roll in 2016. She worked at Cottonwood Animal Hospital as a vet tech, and she's won various awards and titles. She's won horsemanship and congeniality in multiple rodeo contests, state 4-H for 6 years in a row. And that is Tristan Moulton.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you were terrified? I know I have. Standing up here in front of all of you, talking, used to terrify me. But being a rodeo queen is something that I really want. In order to do that, I need to face my fears. On my vanity, I have a wooden box that I keep my makeup brushes in. On the front of the box, there's a little quote that says, if your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough, which I believe in wholeheartedly. That's why I applied for a job at Cottonwood Animal Hospital as a veterinary assistant. I was nervous for my interview and wondered why would I get the job. I had just graduated high school and I didn't have a lot of experience with the veterinary technician. But what do you know, I went into my interview with confidence, thinking, well, I can get this job, and I got it, and I've been there over a year. Being successful and reaching your goals is something that anybody can do if they believe in themselves strong enough. A lot of things terrify me. Public speaking used to scare me, talking to people, but if I do it enough, I feel like I get over it, and eventually I'll be able to do it so well.
Contestant number 7 is Savannah Ogden. Savannah Ogden is from Bluffdale, Utah. As an avid outdoors woman, she loves hunting, fishing, camping, horseback riding, and water skiing. Some of her other hobbies include a love of reading, and she's a black belt in karate. Rodeo Queen combines her love of horsemanship, working with new people, promoting a sport and culture that develops strong personal characteristics. She loves every part of it, including parades, queen runs, community events. She loves being a role model for her family and friends, and interacting with sweet children, encouraging them to work for their dreams. She's a graduate of Riverton High School and currently a sophomore at SUU. She was 2015 captain of the state championship horse bowl team and was a member of the state champion hippology team in 2016. She's a 5-time qualifier in the 4-H horse program and a high school rodeo state qualifier. She's been a member of the following royalties: 2016 Utah State Fair, 2017 Western Stampede, as well as the 2017 Hoover Tomato Days. And that is Savannah Ogden.
Around this time, many years ago, more than I'd like to admit, I was at this very arena doing something that terrified me. I was looking for a new horse. I was a pretty nervous kid, so you can imagine my apprehension at looking for a new horse. I saw the most beautiful bay mare. As we talked to the man selling her, I remember nothing, except he thought she was a good horse. So we saddled up. He rode her first to teach us what she was like, and then handed over the reins to me. Nervously, I mounted the unfamiliar horse. But as I began to walk her around, I slowly began to relax. I maybe even began to enjoy myself, just a little bit, until we hit the deep, dark, scary, horse-eating corner. As the mare decided, nope, we walked away. But the man selling her had nothing to do with that. He walked us back into the corner and told me something I have never forgotten. He said, horses are the bravest of cowards, and as long as I gained her trust and I stayed brave, she would do anything I asked. Those words have resonated through my head hundreds of times since the first time I heard it. All these years later, I stand here in the same place with the same horse, where I only saw fear before. I look in her eyes and I see exactly what she saw that day. Potential.
Our last contestant, number 8, is Allie Johansson of Springville, Utah. She's attending Springville High. She intends to enroll at Utah State University Equine Medicine. Allie and her horse Ginger have held several titles, including 2017 Pony Express Queen, Santa Quinn Royalty, Springville Rodeo Royalty, Springville and Academic Honor Roll. She competes in the Utah High School Rodeo, where she's currently qualified to compete in state competition. She is currently our Diamond Fork Winter Series pole bending champion. She was a finalist at the Intermountain Icebreaker Rodeo Challenge, has several top finishes in the Panorama Show Circuit as well, in Western Horsemanship, Halter, Range, and also won at the Utah County Fair. She's a member of Dakota Trailers Young Professionals, AQHA Panorama Horse Show Circuit, and Teen Hearts Modeling. She professionally raises, trains, sells horses, and teaches riding lessons to children. Her hobbies include art, ceramics, and drawing. She enjoys queening and rodeo for the camaraderie, pure love of horses, the opportunities to showcase the events, and the family environment the equine lifestyle brings. And that is Allie Johansson.
It's July 20th, 1969. Families are gathered at home around their television. It had been America's goal for 10 years, and now it was unfolding in black and white. One man spoke these famous words: "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Neil Armstrong understood perfectly the significance of Apollo 11's mission into space. That adventure he took alongside Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins changed the world. The unknown can certainly be daunting, and nobody wants to fail. But we must never let ourselves develop a fear of failure. How many times does a cowboy get bucked off? Too many to keep track. But he doesn't let the fear of failure or the fear of injury stay in his mind for 1 second. Instead, he envisions the cheering of the crowd and making the best 8-second ride. Hard work and dedication can make the unimaginable become possible. As Marianne Williamson said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who might be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? When a door opens, do not shy from the adventure. Take that first small step and then celebrate your own 8-second ride.
The question reads, Mark Zuckerberg believes your data is safer with him than with the government. Do you agree? Why or why not?
No. I don't know. The government's got like a lot of people, so I mean, what are the odds they're gonna pick me, to be honest? But so
I don't know if I agree. I recently just returned from a mission. Spent 18 months in the country of Bulgaria, and Facebook is their only source of social media there. And there was a lot of problems with information getting out, and it really made me rethink my own social media account and what I'm putting out there. So we really need to read those safety and those policy things and know what we're signing up for when we sign up for social media.
The issue of privacy in especially the world of technology that we live in now is definitely one that has been a growing issue. Mark Zuckerberg did have a meeting with Congress not too long ago where he did talk about how his website, Facebook, does keep different kinds of data. Do I believe it's safer in his hand than in the government? I would say in different aspects, probably not. On Facebook, you can create fake profiles and you can be a completely different person, whereas hopefully we would like to say with the government, it's definitely a lot safer and a lot more genuine. Now the government can definitely do more with our information than I feel like Mark can, but I feel like instead of having them battle at who is better and who is safer, especially with these broad media outlets, working together and creating a better, safer social online presence, especially for the children today, is what we should definitely focus on.
Being completely honest, I don't think it's safe on either sides. Personally, because it's your data, it's your personal things, it's your conversations, your calls, it's everything that's about you can be found in there. Everything from your social security to your birthday, to your picture of your birth certificate, to even your garage code. So it's not really safe on either side. I feel like it's your personal information and no one should have it.
Facebook is getting hacked every day, and personal information is getting out there. So I think we need to get it locked down and safe, so we don't have any more problems with that. So I agree. Yeah.
I don't agree because I believe that putting your stuff out online isn't always the safest thing to do. And since Mark Zuckerberg is in charge of Facebook, you don't know who could get your information, and I just believe putting your safety in the government is more important than Mark Zuckerberg.
So I do agree, actually, but mostly because I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg is ever going to do anything with my personal, I'm 19, I live in Bluffdale, that's about all. But I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg is ever going to do anything other than like, hey, I think you should buy this, and maybe you'll like this. Whereas the government, it's a bunch of people you don't know doing a bunch of very questionable things. So I pick Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't believe so. I don't know if your data is safer with the government either, so maybe they just both shouldn't have it. Maybe it's just yours.
The question reads, yesterday the PRCA updated its logo. Can you tell me what the tagline says?
I have no idea. I didn't even know they updated it.
Unfortunately, Autumn, I cannot. But I guarantee it's very good because the PRC always has the best.
Unfortunately, I can't think of the tagline right now, but it does make sense that the logo and the tagline have been updated, especially since George Taylor is now the CEO of the PRCA, who was the former CEO of Caterpillar. So it definitely makes sense that he's going to be making some great changes.
I honestly cannot tell you what the tagline says, but I'm guessing that it's probably something about the heart of the cowboy because they really have based themselves around that. Everybody that I know that's a part of the PRCA is always like, well, it's just our heart. It's who we are. The PRCA is something that is a part of your life once you've joined it. So it's probably something about it's a lifestyle or another thing like that.
It is #WeAreProRodeo.
I'm not quite sure. I haven't really been on the website or anything. I'm sorry.
We are pro rodeo.
I can't because I didn't look at the PRCA thing yesterday. But thankfully, I have it on my phone, so I will look it up right after this contest.
So what's going to happen is there's 4 different baggies. Each baggie contains different things. So one baggie contains an actress, another baggie contains an actor, one baggie contains a movie title, it's been made up, and then another one includes a genre. So each girl will pick one page out of each baggie, and then based on the 4 things that they pull, they'll come up with a trailer for that movie.
This is not 100% part of, there's not a scored category for this, but it does add to the personality points for some things of that degree.
So the genre is drama, the movie title is Games of the Heart, and the 2 actors are Jennifer Lawrence and Channing Tatum.
very dramatic. With people and weddings, Jennifer Lawrence, she planned their wedding for Channing Tatum, and he is a player. And they're in the ocean, and a sea monster attacks. And that's the end, yeah.
The title of the movie is Stranded and Afraid. It's a thriller starring Johnny Depp and Jennifer Aniston.
Stranded and Afraid?
Yeah.
Better buy your movie tickets tonight, because we're stranded and afraid tonight with Johnny Depp and Jennifer Aniston. It's crazy. They're stranded in the forest. And Jennifer Aniston, she's afraid. And Johnny Depp, he don't know how to use a gun. What are they supposed to do? Better all come get your tickets. $8 at the movie theater here in Spanish Fork.
The movie title is A Semester to Remember. It's a romance.
Yes.
Starring Chris Hemsworth and Angelina Jolie.
This summer, come see A Semester to Remember. This heart-pounding romance starring Chris Hemsworth and Angelina Jolie will have you on the edge of your seat, swooning. I mean, it's Chris Hemsworth. Let's go. These two amazing people, after 30 years of being apart, have finally decided to go back to college to fulfill their dreams. Little did they know they would run into each other. So it's bound to be some fun.
So the movie title is What Happened Last Night? Question mark at the end. It's an adventure starring Tom Cruise and Julia Roberts.
Do you know what happened last night? Neither does Tom Cruise or Julia Roberts. But we know they definitely had an adventure. They woke up with a stop sign in their backyard, and all of a sudden, their 14 dogs are gone. Who knows? Well, I guess we'll have to come see the movie to find out what happened last night.
The movie title is Legends in Space. It's a magic/fantasy film starring Morgan Freeman and Sandra Bullock.
Have you seen the musicians, Morgan Freeman and Sandra Bullock? Well, go check one out in space. Go down to the Spanish Fork Cinemarks. You'll pay for your whole ticket, but you only need the edge.
The movie title is I Love You, But I'm Not in Love with You. It's an action film starring Ellen DeGeneres and Clint Eastwood.
I Love You, But I'm Not in Love with You, starring Clint Eastwood. Definitely the cowboy of the golden ages. It's an action starring Ellen DeGeneres. Why would she be in an action movie? Well, she's branching out. But she has to tell Clint Eastwood, I love you as a friend, but I'm definitely not in love with you.
The movie title is Lost in Utah. It's a Disney/animated film starring Jack Black and Cameron Diaz.
Come see A Lost in Utah, a remake of Jumanji, starring Jack Black and Cameron Diaz. You know it's gonna be a party.
The movie title is The Last Hour. It's a comedy starring Will Smith and Emma Watson.
I'm gonna set the scene. It's fourth period, biology. Will Smith looks at Emma Watson, he's like, last hour. She's like, it's a rough one, my dudes. He's like, I'm looking, where's the clock? So I'm looking, I'm seeing the seconds tick away. She's like, oh gee, what will happen next? I don't know, get your movie tickets before they're sold out.
So, it doesn't, I mean, everybody gets something for coming. Each girl is gonna get a couple of tickets to the rodeo. They got a water bucket, and inside the bucket, there's a hook pick, and there's some goodies in there. And we wanna thank you guys all for coming. I guess Troy's picking the color for your bucket, which is, that's fine. We've got some categories we're gonna give some awards for. Let's just start with the head stall. Horsemanship's a pretty big part of being our royalty, so we've got a really nice beaded head stall for the winner of our horsemanship. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this contest for quite a while, and I've never seen horsemanship this tight. We literally had to basically have a tiebreaker figured out to do this. And the winner of the horsemanship this year is Savannah Ogden. The speeches were awesome. I think we all learned something. We learned something about the ladies, and they delivered them outstanding. The prepared speech winner is Allie Johansson. Appearance. A lot goes into appearance. Can you imagine wearing a leather dress up here in this hot room? But I'll tell you what, these guys pull it off. There's a lot that goes into this. This was probably really hard for these judges to do. The winner of the Appearance Award, another necklace, the other one, the blue. The Appearance winner is Nicole Ivy. This is a fun award, and the winner of the Miss Congeniality wins the other necklace and earrings. And that goes to Samantha Overhansley. Our alternate wins a pair of some spur straps, the Diamond Fork spur straps, and our alternate for this year is Camila Morley. All the ladies, of course, they win crowns, they win belt buckles, they keep their sashes, of course, they wear them everywhere they go. They win a dozen roses, a breast collar. Of course, the queen wins the saddle. There's a parade banner they're expected to take with them to all the parades. They win cash to help them get there. We also help with their autograph signings. And they also, of course, get their rodeo ticket vouchers to come to our rodeo. So the second attendant for the 2018 Fiesta Days Rodeo is Savannah Ogden. Price tag up here. We need roses. The one, one of the other. The attendants get the red and white ones.
Very specific.
We gotta keep our first attendant for the 2018 Fiesta Days Rodeo is Nicole Ivy.
You guys are gonna have to break these in.
So here we are, about to pick our queen. I do want to thank, before we do that, I want to thank Randy Hoffman, Tumbleweed Leather, for shaping up our shafts and fixing them all up, doing some of the rework we needed. I ordered a custom Corianti saddle. This year it's got some special conchos with the Diamond Fork logo on it. It's a pretty cool saddle, and the winner and our our 2018 Fiesta Days Rodeo Queen is Allie Johansson. So we have a royalty. How about that? Give them all a big. Get your tickets online, and we'll see you all at the rodeo.